Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mr. CM, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about homelessness and how it's affected me and how I got through it when I was homeless. This is kind of what I want this channel to be about. It's kind of me walking the steps of my life and life experiences and things like that. So I hope that this helps you guys because this is going to be about my homelessness, my depression, and things like that. So basically, my story starts out in I'd say probably early 2005. Before this day happened, I was a completely normal person. I had normal life, normal family life. Both my parents had full time jobs. Me and my three sisters were in really good schools. We were getting good grades. Everything seemed to be just a normal family life. Um, by no means were we rich or wealthy or anything like that, but my parents always provided at least a good life, and we never went without really anything. If we wanted to do sports, my parents said, "Go get the information for us. Let's look at it." I remember when I wanted to go out for baseball, my dad said, "Well, I don't think that you're really that great at it, but let's go out in the yard and practice if that's what you want to do." And of course, I never ended up going out, but they would sit there and they would walk us through it. They would sit there with us and encourage us to do good, and so everything seemed to be going great. And then around 2005, my mom suddenly came down with flu-like symptoms, and we all just thought it was the flu. And it got to a point where one day she ended up going to the hospital, and we found out then that she had type 2 diabetes. And then shortly after that, she developed an infection on her foot. And then shortly after that, just about 3 weeks before my birthday, we found out that her dad, my grandfather, was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and that he had 6 months to a year to live. That was September. No, that was Labor Day. Excuse me, that we found out about that. And then I remember November came. I saw him. He looked horrible. He looked like a really old man. He had lost so much weight. And then December 18th, he passed away. We had lost his wife, his ex-wife, I should say. So my mom's grandmother, or my mom's mom, literally 10 years almost to the day. She died December 19th of 91, 92, I believe. And so that year was already horrible. And then my grandmother had a stroke shortly after that happened. My dad's mom had a massive stroke, actually. She fell and hit her head and bled internally. And so she went blind from that, lost a lot of her memory and things like that. And then over the last several years, my mom got more and more sick. We had some amputations done. And I mean, just life in general was not going the way that we all had planned. And then my mom's health really took a turn once I got out of high school. She just started having really bad health problems. And then my parents got divorced shortly after that all started happening. And it was around that time of 2013, I believe, 13, 14, when my whole life just started falling apart. My aunt passed away from cancer. Well, my uncle, which was my mom's sister's husband, he died from lung cancer the day before Christmas Eve. And then just a few weeks after he died of lung cancer, my aunt, which was also my mom's sister again, that was her husband that had died, she found out that she also had lung cancer. And she was gone within almost a year. And I mean, that one sucked. I mean, my aunt was my favorite person in the whole world. She babysat us so much that she became like a mom to us, and it was hard. I mean, it's still hard even talking about it. And then my parents split up, and I became homeless. And that was probably really the time of my life where everything just kind of fell apart. I became somebody who I just hated everybody. I hated everything. I mean, I got to a point where I was living in my car, and I was working two jobs, and I couldn't seem to get my shit together basically. And I would it was, I would go and live with some family or friends or whatever, but nothing ever really stuck, and I would always end up back in that car or a different car. And I remember there was a point last year when I was still going through all of this where I was fed up. I was mad. I was angry. I had an apartment with a friend, but I was just pissed off. And then I lost our apartment. And that was when it really just kicked into high gear. And that was when I was just at my worst. I hated everything. I was pissed off all the time. I was mean and angry and nasty and just said the worst things to people. I would blow up in people's faces and just lose my shit. I mean, I got to a point where I was not somebody you wanted to be around. And it got to a point where my friends all stopped talking to me. I got to a point where I stopped talking to family because I just looked at family as worthless pieces of junk because nobody was there supporting me or trying to help me, or it was rough. And I remember I got to a point where I just wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself because I was so mad at myself for what I had done to myself. I was mad because I couldn't just pick up and get myself through what I was going through, and I couldn't financially. I was a mess because I wasn't saving money. I wasn't doing anything that I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't being responsible. I was literally just going through life with it I don't give a fuck attitude. And then this year came, and I came across some money. I bought a new car. I bought a house, which that's where I'm sitting at right now. And I got to tell you, in the last probably 4 or 5 months, my life has changed dramatically. People have walked up to me and they're like, "Man, you are such a better person now to be around. You're not angry all the time. You're not mad at the world." I mean, I've even had coworkers that I worked with come up to me and go, "Man, I can see a change. You're not the same person." You know, my health has gotten better because I've been focusing more on being healthy a little bit. I mean, I'm not the healthiest person, but you know what I mean. My relationship, I think, with people has changed because I look at that relationship that I have with people as more important to me now, and I want to work on having a better relationship with people. I find myself talking to friends that I haven't talked to in years and reconnecting with those people and wanting to have relationships, wanting to get out and do more. I don't want to just sit at home anymore. I want to get out and do things. Even this YouTube stuff is something I want to start doing now because, I have a place where I can do it in private and talk to you guys one-on-one without feeling judged in the moment and saying, I don't want to put that out there into the world. Let me delete this. Now I just say, man, I feel really good about this. I'm going to put it out there. It's really nice being where I'm at in life now. And I couldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for people on YouTube. Some of the people I watch here on YouTube, they literally, you guys have saved my life personally. Two of those individuals that I will put out into this world now, the Angry Grandpa channel, which later became Kid Behind the Camera. That guy, man, if it wasn't for that Kid Behind the Camera show, I wouldn't be happy with life. He brought me laughter back into my life. And Boogie2988, man, I gotta tell you, man, that man, anytime I'm going through something personal and I get on YouTube, I'm not kidding. It's like every time that happens, he has a video that he is putting out and it's talking about this exact issue I'm going through at that very moment. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or if I was meant to find him on YouTube, but that's the biggest YouTuber I have followed. I have followed him for several years now, and I've expressed to him in comments and messages and things how much him and his channel mean to me and what he's done for me personally. A lot of the choices that he's made with his depression and stuff, I've either thought about it or wanted to do myself. And then he talks about it and talks about the benefit of not doing something or going through something or whatever. And then I'm like, man, you know what? He's right. And just those two channels, man, they've really changed my life for the better. And I owe it to them. So Kid Behind the Camera and Boogie2988, thank you and your family and friends for what you guys have put out there into this content world, because you guys have changed my life and really saved it as well. So thank you. I will always be fans of your pages. These days I have a really good job. I'm happy with life right now, and you know, my relationship with my parents is a lot better right now, especially with my mom. You know, my mom had a major heart attack back in June, and we almost lost her to a surgery on July 3rd. And there was a lot of doubt she was going to live. And I remember doctors basically saying, look, lady, we don't know if we're going to be able to save your life, but we're going to try. And because of COVID, you know, I couldn't spend very much time with her the day before surgery. And I mean, we really just said goodbye to each other because we had no idea if we would ever speak to each other ever again. But thankfully, her surgery went well and she's still alive. And I've had to really reevaluate myself because after that happened was, you know, my mom was given a second chance because I prayed with so many other people around this world. So I need to make a difference. I need to, you know, clean up my act when it comes to my relationship with my mom and my dad, because I've been given a second chance to do that, and I don't want to blow that. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with life. Is I'm just doing a lot better, but I really truly hope that me talking to you guys helps you. If there's any questions that you guys want, feel free to comment in the comments below, and I'll try and get to those comments. And on just a really serious personal note, from me to you, I want you guys to know that even if I don't ever contact you guys for anything, if you feel like your life is in danger because of your own mental health, and you feel like you're suicidal or that you just need somebody to talk to, please understand that I want you to go get help. And if nobody else in this world cares about you, I want you to know that I care about you, and I want you to be alive, and I want you to live a good life and a happy life. And sometimes that takes work, sometimes it takes time, but I promise you at some point it'll get better. So stick around and be with us. And if you truly are so upset that you don't know if you're going to make it through a week or day or whatever, contact some of these emergency contacts. Call churches, call the suicide hotline. Do whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe and sane. If you need to put yourself in a mental hospital for a little while, go in and tell them, hey, I need some mental help. I feel suicidal. I need help. Do it. And don't fucking be afraid to speak out for yourselves. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, I have a problem. And don't be embarrassed. Many, many men and women and adults and children, we go through depression. It's okay to have. But what's not okay is to bottle it up or not do anything about it. If you feel like you need the help, I swear to God, call somebody. Please. I would rather see you get some help than see you laying in a box because you ended it all or just gave up. Don't be that person. You're better than that person that you're thinking, or that's doing that thinking for you. And if you have toxic people in your life, tell them to get the hell out of your life. Move on. Go get better friends. Go get a girlfriend or something and have a better relationship with the family somewhere else. Find a friend and say, man, can I spend some time with you and your family? My family is just, they're not supportive of me, and I need some support. I need a good support system. Can I hang around you and your family? Even ask their parents, hey, look, I'm going through some stuff and my family's really not that supportive. Is it okay if I spend, some extra days with you guys and spend extra time with you guys and, just be around positive, energetic people that are going to make a difference in my life? Because I bet you those people are going to tell you, you know what, yeah, sure, man, we want to help you. Do whatever you got to do to change your life for the better. And don't worry what other people think. Because it doesn't matter what people think. It matters what you think about yourself. And if you're happy with what you're doing in life, then fuck everybody else. Hell, if my advice isn't good for you, and you feel better with your life by doing something different, then hey, by all means, tell me to screw off too. Do what makes you happy, not other people. Anyway, I'm going to end it here because it's almost a 20-minute video. Anyway, like I said, if you need help, reach out, please. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed or anything. Sometimes we all just need to. I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. But you know what? Who cares if I'm a man? Men are allowed to be upset and have problems and need help. Don't be macho, man. Because you're only going to make it worse. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out, guys.